Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror and sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today I will be welcoming back Denise Gossett, who you may remember several months back I had her on and we were talking about Shriek Fest, the horror festival she does yearly that she organizes. And I'm going to have her back on the show today. We're going to talk about how Shriek Fest went. Couple old projects that are premiering on TV this weekend that she would like to plug and stuff like that. And it's going to be pretty good. Denise is really nice, a lot of fun, and she's a subscriber of my YouTube channel. And she's maybe one of maybe 7, 8 people that I've interviewed on the show who actually subscribe to me on YouTube, and I'm so grateful to that. I'm so blessed that people I grew up watching are subscribing to my YouTube channel. There's nothing like it. It's just amazing. It's an absolute gift. So, here is my new interview with Denise Gossett. Hi, Denise.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing great.
Oh, that's awesome. How was your Valentine's Day?
Oh, it was fun. I mean, we have a 10-year-old, so we couldn't do a whole lot, but we went out to dinner and we had a nice time. What about you?
Nothing, just stayed at home and stuff and just thinking about how haunted I am by the one and only Valentine I had 10 years ago. I was dating this girl who was a really bad alcoholic, and it was a really bad time.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably good she's gone, huh?
It was. Yeah, it was the worst Valentine's Day ever.
Wow.
And I thought all the ones I had before that, when girls would reject me in school, was bad, but that was pretty bad.
Oh, no. Well, you need a good one to make up for all of that.
Yeah. It's in the works someday.
Wow. Yes, it is in the works. Just be ready.
I sure will. So, how did Shriek Fest go?
It went great, both of them, because we got the Orlando one now too.
Right.
Yeah, so they both went really, really great. A lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. So, how did the LA one go first?
The LA one, it was great. We had nice packed houses, wonderful films. Tons of the filmmakers and screenwriters came, so there was lots of great networking. Friends were made. Press was there. It was wonderful. Yeah,
I had Suze Lanier Bramlett come on that week to promote it. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. And and I also about a month later or so, I had Reggie and Gigi Bannister come on.
Yes, I love them.
You were right. They are awesome.
Yes, yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are my dear friends. Love, love, love them.
Oh, God, I so wish I could have been there.
Well, you're going to have to come out one of these times.
I know. I mean, I'm already scheduled to come out in April for Monsterpalooza.
Oh, yeah. Monsterpalooza's fun, too.
Oh, yeah. God, I'm looking forward to that. They got some really good... They got a good lineup this year.
Yeah, they always have a lot of... It's so fun to go to those because it's like a reunion. I run into all these people I know in horror world.
Yeah, they book all the people who already live in LA, and then they'll maybe fly out 2-3 people max.
Right, and everybody attending is people you know already because they're all into the same thing. It's just fun.
Yeah.
I went to Spooky Empire this past year, first time I'd ever gone there. And it was so fun to see everybody's costumes. I mean, some people go all out on those costumes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
Crazy.
They're at the point now where, everybody has to, make their own costume, and, no one will accept store-bought costumes for, anything anymore. And it's I wish I had that talent, that skill, to make a costume.
I know. There was a Pennywise there that was just beyond. Like, I turned around and saw him. I'm like, okay, you are too real looking. It was really cool.
Yeah, when I had Diane Franklin back on, she told me about how her and Kelly Maroney met for the first time there. And I told her about how Kelly was my first friend that I made when I first came to LA in adulthood.
Aww.
Yeah.
Well, you couldn't do any better than Kelly. She's awesome to know as your first friend in LA.
Yes. Oh, God, she's just a delight.
Yeah.
But then you guys went to Orlando. When was that one?
That one was November 2nd. No, 3rd. Sorry, November 3rd.
Wow.
And it's a one-day event because it was only our second year in Orlando. But I'm proud to say that we doubled attendance from the first year. And there were so many horror fans that were just super excited because they don't have anything like that right here. So, they were just thrilled and loving the films and meeting some of the filmmakers. It was really good.
Wow, that's a lot of work to go from doing one in LA in October and then doing it in November in Orlando.
Yes, Tommy, I'm a little crazy. What was I thinking? Seriously, well, the first year I did it 2 weeks later. Like, I was really crazy that year. So this time I gave myself a good, close to a month. But even then, and, every week I'm getting emails from people saying, can you bring one here? And can you bring one here? And I'm like, oh my gosh, no. I won't be able to survive it.
Wow. Have you ever thought about doing two in LA a year?
Oh, gosh. Well, the problem with that, unless you did the exact same programming, now you've got separate film festivals that you're collecting submissions for, and I just think that would get really confusing. You could do two festivals and do the exact same programming for people who may have missed. But, I can't imagine doing two separate festivals. Because this way, we're just judging and watching and reading, for one batch of stuff. Not two separate festivals. Oh, that would be difficult. I know there's people that do it. Oh, can't imagine.
Yeah, God, I just would have gone crazy.
Yeah, I mean, as it is, my day-to-day life, I'm watching or reading probably at least 3 to 4 projects a day.
Wow.
On top of my acting and everything else I do, I'm co-directing and co-writing a show at my daughter's school now, too. So
nice.
That is taking up a bunch of time. But it's all been fun and great. And, of course, we get throwing Girl Scout cookies there. My daughter is a mad, crazy Girl Scout cookie seller. Of course, I'm right there with her helping.
Yeah, my mom...
Life is crazy busy, but it's wonderful. And I'm headed to New York next week to shoot a movie.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to freeze. I'm such a wimp, I'm going to freeze.
Do you play a big part in the movie?
I do. I have the lead.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Oh, wow, that's exciting.
Yeah, but that is all I can talk about at this point, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Hopefully soon, though. And my Florida Home movie I did, I have a lead in that as well, and that is in post. They just locked picture, and they're finishing up some final little things, and it will be hitting the festival circuit very soon.
Nice.
Yeah. You've been good?
Yeah, I've been pretty good. I'm just excited, looking forward, to my trip in April. Like I said, I'm going to be out there for 5 days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and my mom's coming with me this time because...
Oh, good.
I couldn't rely on my friend anymore because he flaked out on me like the night before, or actually not the night before, just a couple hours before we were supposed to go on the trip. And
no.
I couldn't go. Yeah, it's sad sometimes when you struggle with substance abuse, but at least I got this going on and stuff, and I'm going to meet up with people that I've had on the show there and have lunch and stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Excellent. Well, Tommy, if you and your mom or you and a friend want to come out to Shriek Fest this year, in LA. It'll be October 3rd through the 6th. Let me know, because you could come. You could cover the festival. You could do interviews.
Absolutely.
And you could enjoy all the cool horror films.
Yeah. Plus, we may be living there by then.
Really?
Yeah, we're planning it right now. We're not going to know the full details until probably around springtime or something, but we're definitely planning the move.
Nice. Well, that will be great.
Yeah, God, I'm just looking forward to it. This has been a dream of mine forever.
That's wonderful. Well, that's what it takes, is just starting to put it in motion.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything exciting that you're going to plan for Shriek Fest this year that you can talk about?
We are talking about a bunch of things behind the scenes, but nothing's finalized yet, so I don't want to put it out there until things are finalized. But, of course, we will still have all the great films and the big parties and all of that fun stuff. So hopefully you'll be around and you can come check it out.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, I plan on, getting involved in a lot of conventions and festivals when I get out there.
Yeah, that's great, because it'll help build your show as well.
Yeah, and living out here in Reading, I mean, the geography's been all screwed up, and I haven't been able to get involved. I've only been able to attend the conventions and stuff, because I don't drive or anything like that. But it'll be a lot easier for me once I get out there.
Right. Reading's I like Reading. It's a pretty place, though.
It's a pretty place, but it's just not my ideal place to live, But
yeah.
I love the fact that there was snow this week, because I'd never seen snow up close ever in my life. And
oh my gosh! Well, how fun! Was it down where you were, or did you have to go up a bit?
Oh yeah, it's outside my front.
Oh my gosh!
My window, yeah.
That's kind of rare, isn't it?
Very rare. It looked like a Christmas card, I tell you.
Oh, wow, that's nice. Every once in a while it'll snow in L.A., and then when I was growing up in Florida, one time I remember it was snowing. Nothing that lasts, but it's still kind of like, whoa, this is cool.
Yeah, and it's about 95% gone now, and which is good, because everybody can walk finally, because everyone had to glide through the snow like they were in sand,
Right. Nobody knows what to do when it rains or snows in California. It's like, life comes to a halt.
Yeah, snow is slippery sand.
Yeah. Yep, that's funny.
So you did an episode years ago of The New Adventures of Old Christine, which is going to be on TV Land, you were saying on Facebook.
Yeah, they keep playing that, baby. It's wonderful. And then When the Bell Breaks is coming up on FX Channel.
Mm-hmm.
Friday, actually today. It's 7 o'clock today. So that's a movie I did with Morris Chestnut. It's a nice thriller.
Yeah, I'm more familiar with Regina Hall in the cast.
Oh, yes, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, her too. Wonderful film.
I was surprised that Sony went back to Scream Gem Studios, because that was the name of their old TV studio in the 50s and 60s.
Yes, I was surprised about that too.
Yeah, they produced The Monkees, Gidget, The Flying Nun, all those shows.
Yeah, and I remember seeing those buildings around L.A., and then they just kind of went away for a little while. And
oh yeah, I remember that story about when they changed studios back in the early '90s, and then they had to do a joint. They had a joint contract with Warner Brothers to do all their stuff over there.
Oh.
Yeah, like 90, 91, 92, they had to do that, and it created a lot of confusion for both of the studios.
Oh, I'm sure. Wow.
Yeah. And I'm surprised that the New Adventures of Old Christine is on TV Land, because it's so recent and it wasn't on very long.
No, I know. They do show it on other channels, but for some reason TV Land grabs a lot of stuff lately, even things that aren't even remotely right for TV Land. It's so bizarre.
I know. When I was in the hospital, I watched King of Queens every night on TV Land.
Right. See, weird, huh? What's happening on there?
Yeah.
They kind of grab up everything. It's good.
Yeah,
it's still playing.
Yeah, I'd see it on there at nighttime, and then in the daytime it would be on TBS, which is more natural for them. I think.
Right. I think that's what New Adventures of Old Christine does too. It'll play other ones, and then periodically it'll show up on TV Man.
Did you actually get to have a scene with Julia Louis-Dreyfus?
I did, and she's phenomenal. Oh my gosh. Okay, so when I was on that set, I am not exaggerating. They would change the lines after every take.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, I don't understand why we're changing it so much. It was so funny. And then they bring it to her, and we see it, and I'm like, this isn't any funnier. What are they doing? And then we'd shoot it, and sure enough, it was funnier. And she was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
She could just take things on the fly and make them funny. She's amazing and nice. Just a wonderful lady.
Yeah, she's so talented. I remember.
Oh yeah.
I remember when she was on Saturday Night Live. You know, I had a crush on her when she was on that show. She was just so cute.
Yeah, and of course Seinfeld.
Oh God, she's so great on that show. Yeah.
I know, she's wonderful.
She's like one of two women I would love to have play my mother in something.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she can do comedy and drama, just spectacular.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she can. And you know, when she was on Saturday Night Live, she dealt with a lot of misogyny, and and she got so much success from Seinfeld. I think she was under a little bit of pressure on there and stuff. When I see her in interviews, it seems kind of like that. It got to her a little bit, you know.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of that going around.
Yeah. And also in that episode, Andy Ackerman, who directed all the classic Seinfeld episodes, directed it.
Yep. He directed my show too. He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't ask to work with a better one, huh? He knows the ins and outs of all comedy.
Yeah, it's funny. I was watching an interview with one of the cast members. They said, "What's the difference between the way he films and some of the other directors that filmed the show before him?" And they said that Andy Ackerman directs more like a short film than rather a sitcom. That's you know, a single camera.
Right. Yes, absolutely. He does not shoot a single camera. And actually, we were supposed to have a live audience for that show. And for some reason that day they didn't, which I thought I was looking forward to because I come from theater background. So I was excited to have a live audience, but we didn't end up having one that week on that episode.
Mm-hmm. And I also didn't realize, too, Carrie Leiser co-created the show.
Oh, yeah.
I had a huge crush on her when she was on Give Me a Break.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. She was adorable on that show. So when are these going to premiere?
So my Florida home will be, I think they are locking in their premiere at a film festival right now, but I don't know 100%, so I don't want to say anything.
Right.
And then the one I'm shooting in New York, I have no idea when that probably won't be done until next year.
I meant When the Bow Breaks and
When the Bow Breaks, it's already premiered.
I know that, but like, when's it going to be reran?
I have no idea. So we shot it, and I went to the red carpet. I think it was a year and a half ago, and it looks like FX has it now for a while, so they'll probably be showing it for a while. Mm-hmm. But then they're all on Prime. Like I saw The Light, When the Bow Breaks, Get the Gringo. All my big movies are on Prime now, which is nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We had an Amazon Prime account for a while, and then it got too expensive, so we just kept our Netflix account.
I know. There's just so many ways to see stuff, isn't there?
Yeah.
Can't keep up with it all.
We got rid of our Amazon Prime account right after we had met this guy at a Comic-Con who had a movie that just premiered on Amazon Prime that he was just, begging us to watch and that it was good. And he was right, it was good, So as soon as we watched it, we were like, okay, now it's time to cancel.
I know. It is tough because, and even then, sometimes you'll go on Prime and you'll go on Netflix and you're like, I still can't find, like, you'll think of some obscure movie from the past that you're like, I really would like to see that again. And then you can't find it on either one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So where is it? That's what's so bizarre, because you can't just go down to the Blockbuster anymore, which I actually do miss doing that.
I do too. I can tell you where they are. They're on eBay.
Oh, just people selling them.
Yeah, they're on eBay. Amazon still sells DVDs, and I think they do sell some VHS tapes.
Yeah, I was wanting to go down a memory lane of John Hughes movies. And I did find a couple playing on TV, but of course, they're edited for TV. But they're not on Netflix, they're not on Prime. I was like, how are we supposed to watch these movies?
Yeah. I do know there is one video store in North Hollywood. It's been there for many years. It's still there. Barbara Crampton did a movie that was shot there called Beyond the Gates a few years ago.
Well, I heard that there is a Blockbuster still. There's like one left in some other state, some tiny little town. It like thrives. But I heard that's the only one.
Yeah, I was never into. I mean, I did go and rent at Blockbuster and Hollywood Video, but I was never into them. I was more into the mom and pop video stores because they had a huge selection.
Yes, they did. Matter of fact, I worked at one when I was in college. I worked at a video store, and it was great because I got to see so many films, and that was when I was saving up to move to LA. Mm-hmm. So it was perfect working in a movie store.
I tried so hard to get jobs in video stores and movie theaters, but for whatever reason, they never hired me, and I was always crushed.
You're like, but you don't understand. This is my passion.
Yeah, I never understood that. It was really weird. I mean, I was like in my late teens, early 20s, and I wasn't taking good care of myself during that time, and I wasn't, dressed for enthusiasm to get the job, so that could have been a reason, but...
Sure.
But still, I was always like wondering why I didn't get it, and I tried doing it again before my accident, but I don't know why I didn't get it.
Remind me about your accident. You said you were in the hospital for a while.
Yeah, so I got hit. So me and this guy that I thought was my friend, he fell asleep at the wheel after I had been asleep in the car. And we ended up in the middle of the road. We got out okay, but then a car collided with ours, and the impact hit us. Yeah, and I don't even remember any of it, but this is like stuff that happened after the fact from like witnesses and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm just lucky I survived it.
Yeah, because you didn't have the protection of a car. You were just being hit by a car at that point, right?
Right.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Wow.
That video store in North Hollywood is called Eddie Brandt's Saturday Matinee.
Eddie Brandt? I've never even heard of that. I'll have to look for that.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna go check it out when I'm there in April. I haven't been there yet. I really appreciate the fact, Denise, that you've subscribed to my YouTube channel. Have you heard any episodes lately?
I haven't, but I'm going to be sneaking in there and listening to them because they're all really good.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just so blessed with who I get on and stuff. I mean, people that I would never expect to, say yes that they have, And,
right.
I've been crushed by a few people who have been mean and said no or whatever. There's one person I interviewed 2 weeks ago for like 4 minutes, and then she hung up on me because she didn't like the answer to a question she had.
Oh, no.
She had been in Penthouse magazine, and she asked me if I liked Penthouse, and I said no, and she said why, and I said, I think it's trashy and exploitive. I like Playboy because it's a lot more sophisticated, and classy.
Right.
And then she was like, well, when you call Penthouse trashy, you call me trashy. And so I'm going to end this interview now. And I'm thinking she's kidding, right?
Oh, wow.
And then when I hear the phone beeping after hanging up, I'm like, oh, God.
Oh, no. She asked the question.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, God, I was pretty upset. But I'm going to be interviewing her male co-star in the movie, and maybe he can get some closure on it and stuff. You know, maybe he'll.
Oh, no.
Maybe he'll say something like, "Yeah, that's her."
Oh, no. Or he'll hang up, too. Watch out. He'll have two.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think he was in Penthouse.
Oh, my gosh. You never know. Maybe they dated. He'll have something to dish about her.
Maybe. Oh, I got two good jokes for you.
Uh-oh. Okay. Let's hear them.
Yeah. I've told this one on many episodes. Maybe you already heard this one. It's the one about Cinderella.
Uh-uh.
Okay. Cinderella is about to go to the ball, and she's on her period. And the fairy godmother gives her these magic tampons and says to her, okay, you can go to the ball, but you have to be back by midnight, or else they'll turn into a pumpkin.
Oh, God.
Cinderella says, okay, fairy godmother, I will. So 12:30 rolls around. Fairy godmother's pacing around the house because Cinderella hasn't shown up yet. And then Cinderella shows up at 4 a.m. stumbling drunk. And fairy godmother says, where were you? You were supposed to be home by midnight. And Cinderella's like, I'm so sorry, fairy godmother. I met this great guy and we danced all night. His name was Peter Peter.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
It took you a second.
Yeah, I'm going, wait, what? Wait a minute. Oh, my God. You're so bad. You're so bad.
That's a joke you can tell your girlfriends at a dinner party.
Oh, boy. Yeah, dinner party. That's definitely dinner party talk. I won't get invited back.
Oh, if it's horror people, they'll love it because it's very hard.
That's true.
It's very hard to offend horror people.
That's true.
That's what I have found from doing this podcast.
Tommy.
Do you know why guys like to marry virgins?
Why?
Because they can't stand criticism.
Oh, my God.
I told that one to Suze, and oh my God, she could not control herself laughing.
Well, there may be some truth to that one. Oh, you guys.
Well,
I can
Denise,
see her cracking up, too. She's funny.
oh, she's got a great sense of humor. I remember when I first met her, we were talking about working. She was working when she worked with John Travolta on Welcome Back, Kotter. And I said, you know, my mom's had a crush on him since day one. My mom has always wanted to be Mrs. John Travolta. In fact, her birthday is 3 days after his, same year and everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which is in a couple days. He's the 18th and she's the 21st.
Oh, my gosh. Well, happy birthday to your mom.
Oh, yeah.
And John Travolta.
They're both turning 65.
Whoa. Isn't that crazy to think?
Yeah.
For your mom and John.
Yeah. And, like, I told her, you know, the first time I ever saw a naked girl in a film was his wife, Kelly Preston, in a movie. And she thought that was the most hilarious thing ever.
Aww.
Yeah, she's very easy to make laugh.
Yeah.
Well, Denise, I thank you so much for coming back on again.
Oh, my gosh. Anytime. Thank you.
Yes, let's do this again.
Yeah.
And I hope everyone watches the show and the movie this weekend.
Thank you.
I hope you have a lot of fun doing that movie in New York.
Me too. Just send me warm weather.
Is it?
I'm going to be like, I can't take it.
Is this your first lead?
No. I've done quite a few leads, but in more indie stuff.
Yeah. So this is
it's going to be fun.
So this is a bigger studio movie then.
Yes, I have some of those coming up for sure.
Awesome.
I know, right?
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you, Tommy. I'm proud of you too. Keep this going.
Oh, I will.
And hopefully, I will see you in October.
Yes, I'll see you in October.
All right, thank you, Tommy.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Well, there you have it. Denise Gossett. Ain't she a sweetheart? Thank you so much, Denise. I love talking to you. You're a sweet person. I'm so glad that your career is just blowing up the way it is. And I will be watching for you. If you like this video, everyone, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Add me as a friend on Facebook. Join my Tommy Kovac comedian page on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram and all that fun stuff. Well, that's all the time we have this week on Splat from the Past. Until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying, there's no shame in living in the past, because the present sucks. Later, dudes.